Good evening, everybody. Hello, my dear students.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. My dear students, today is the last class, and that is the topic is IBO-4 in a particular block. That is block 4, and IBO-4 is the subject. And in the last class, I hope this is the revision class only. Some of the important issues related to export documentation and procedure I have to discuss. Some of the important terminology which are encountered through this particular of a subject that to be discussed in today's class. So I hope it's a very interesting one for you to remember or to clarify some of the points regarding the export documentation and its procedure. My dear students, myself Dr. Durga Madhav Mahapatra, lecturer in Commerce, Fakirmon Autonomous College, Baleswar, and Counselor of Indira Gandhi National Open University, New Delhi. In front of you, I am presenting the revision class of IBO-4 Block 4 as regards to the topic issues related to export documentation and procedure. My dear students, you see, this is in a particular revision class, and the last class, we saw the some of the terminology which are to be related to export documentation, or some of the terms which are related to export documentation. That concept I have discussed further in today's class. One is the regulatory documents. There are two types of documents are there through which the export can be made successful. If you talk about a commercial document, that is pro forma invoice, commercial invoice, packing list is there, shipping instruction, intimation for inspection, certificate of inspection, insurance declaration, certificate of insurance, shipping order, mate receipt. I have already pointed out through the mate receipt, and bills loading, and application for the certificate of origin, bills of exchange, and shipment advice and letter of credit. These are the some of the document which are to be called as a commercial documents. But if you talk about regulatory document, that the first document is called as a Gate Pass 1 and Gate Pass 2. Another one is AR4 and AR5 form, or AR4A form, and which is related to Central Excise and some of the custom authorities documents are there related to export of exports and free goods, durable goods. These are the related to regulatory documents. And another fourth item is the export application, and which is related to, or you may call it as a doc channel or port trust copy of the shipping bill, which is prescribed by the port trust, or receipt for payment, vehicle ticket, GRPP form, which is prescribed by the RBI, Reserve Bank of India, and freight payment certificate, insurance premium, and payment certificate. These are the some of the document which are related to the particular related to the exporting of the goods. It means some of the commercial documents are there and some of the legal documents are there. And out of these are the some of the documents which you may be called as a this is a these are called as a maybe important documents. Means if I am described in a detailed way, these documents may be classified in terms of good, in related to transport, in related to payment, in related to inspection, exchange control, and exciseable goods. In related to good, pro forma invoice is necessary, commercial invoice is necessary, packing list is necessary. In related to the transportation, shipping order is required, mate receipt is required, bill of lading, air bill, shipping bill, marine insurance policy, postal parcel. These are related to transport. And related to payment, letter of credit, bills of exchange, or certification of payment is necessary. And another document related to inspection, certificate of inspection documents are there, or documents related to exchange control. You may call it as a GR form, guarantee remittance form, PP form, that is post parcel form, or VPP form, or COD, cash on delivery, or value payable post form, or documents related to excisable goods, that is A4 form and Form C. My dear students, these six types of document, if you club together, my dear students, please listen. These are the six types of document. If you can club together, and that is called as a commercial invoice. That is called as a commercial document as well as regulatory document. It means the document I have to divided into six parts are related to inspection, related to exchange control, related to excisable goods, related to transport, payment, related to goods. This is the six parts of the documents are there. If you club together, it may be called as a commercial documents. My dear students, now the today's class for for starting of the particular or relevance to the documentation procedure. My dear student, in a particular IBO-4, one terminology is always used, that is called as a exim finance. Another terminology is used, that is called as a international trade. If you talk about the international trade, that is everybody knows that is international trade.
Hello.
Hello, hello, and
Yes, sir.
हाँ କଥା ଶୁଣା ଯାଉଛି ତ?
Yes, sir. Nice, sir.
Oh, sir.
Okay. And carrier, another one, three intermediaries is there. There are one is carrier, another one is insurance company, and another one is other intermediaries. If you talk about carrier, a carrier means who deliver the goods to the buyer on behalf of the seller. Listen carefully. Carrier means who undertakes to deliver the goods. So I mean to say, you may call it as a third party intermediaries, or may be called as a middleman, or may be called as a forwarding agent. This is called as a carrier. If you talk about insurance company, who covers the risk, or who collects the some of the, or who collects all types of payments, or receive the payment also, or over the same to the exporter also. It means he is also an intermediary. Insurance company is a intermediary. Apart from these, some other intermediaries is there: freight forwarders, freight brokers, chamber of commerce are there. Freight forwarders, freight brokers, and chamber of commerce, they are issuing the some of the documents. What are these documents? One by one, you can see my slides. My dear student, in the past document and important document you are encountered with the international documentation or procedure, one is invoice. Always a particular term is used in your subject, that is invoice. What is invoice? Invoice means it is also a document. Invoice means it is a shipment of the document. Invoice means it serves bills of goods and set out the term of sale. It means term of sale is called as invoice. Invoice means it is maybe called as a commercial invoice. Invoice means the exporter must prepare the document and which are goods are to be shipment to the overseas. That is called as invoice. Means what type of items are to be shipment at shipment of the goods, or that type of serving facilities, or that type of preparation of document are called as a invoice. But in invoice there is no standard form of invoice is there, no standard form, and it is just like a exporter's choice to design his own form like as a invoice. The question is, invoice are contents are different items are contained in the invoice. It means name and address of the exporter, invoice number and date, buyers and seller orders name and address of the overseas customer or buyer or importer, or name of the vessel or ship, or you may call it as a another one is selling date, in which date the particular goods are to be sell through the sea, or unit price, total value, payment, insurance reference, customs and shipping marks, and number of packages, quantities, and also term of sale like as a FOB, freight and board, CIC, CIF, carriage and freight, FS. These are the some of the terminology which are related term of sales are to be required in the invoice. And also bill of lading number is required. Bill of lading. I am discussing the bill of lading in later stages also. And letter of credit is also required, and import license number is required with date. My dear students, if you see in my slide, you see particular one diagram I am representing in my slide. You see this is called as a invoice, and this is a specimen of invoice. You see this is the specimen, invoice number, invoice number, date, GR number, BL dated, and shipping bill number, and the draft number. Another one is the exporters bank also is there, importers bank also there, shipping marks are also there, shipping marks. Another one is the description is there, another one is the another one is description is there, another one is date, amount, and in the last you see the name of the exporter, signature and designation is also there. It means exporter bank details, another one is the certificate of origin documents are to be shipped or are to be focused on in a particular invoice. Your invoice are also one part, but I have divided into two parts through my slide due to the shortage of space. In a invoice, there is another part is certificate of origin. So in a certificate of origin, that I, the undersigned, dash of designation, name of the Chamber of Commerce, means I have already stated that for a membership, certain bodies is required at the time of exporting goods, and a reserve of declaration was made before me that goods are of Indian origin and for name of the Chamber of Commerce. It means, my dear student, listen, invoice means there is a related to documentation which are covered under the exporting of goods. And second, another document is bill of lading. Always you are encountered with in your book several times bill of lading or bill of lading document. The question is, what does it mean? Bill of lading means it is a document. Bill of lading means it is issued and signed by the shipping company or agent, acknowledging that the goods are to be received for shipment. It means these goods are to be ready for shipment, or these goods are to be ready for board in a particular vessel, or these goods are to be in a position to delivering the particular goods in a right time of approach. That is called as a bill of lading. Means the goods are ready for shipment or sending to the buyer, or you may call it as a importer, are called as a same term and condition are there, or you may call it as a one part consignor is there, another part you may call it as a consignee is there. Consignor who can particular sending the goods, or consignee who is receiving the goods in a particular, that documentation are called as a bill of lading. Lading means here it is ready for sending the goods, or it is ready for shipment of the goods, or it is ready for boarding in a particular vessel. My dear students, there is a different purpose of bill of lading is there. What is the purpose? The goods received by the shipping company is a one purpose is it is important for the shipping company, and it has some of the terms and contracts are there in between the shipper and shipping company. Another one is certificate of ownership of goods is required. Another one is there is a order of the shippers is required. Endorsement of the blank by the shippers is required. These are some of the purpose behind a bill of lading. In my PPT, you see this is the specimen of bill of lading. You see what how the bill of lading likes in a particular, there is a two parts are there. One is shipper name is there, the Tamil Nadu Small Industries Corporation Limited, it means he is a exporter. Another one is consigned to order and to address to whom it is Kenya, he has sent the particular goods to Mr. K Pollywood Kenya Limited, post box number 241, and Kenya is there. Vessel number, name of the vessel or name of the ship is written, that is called as a Kalam, and port where it is loading, that is called as a Chennai, and port discharge where it is discharged, where the particular destination point is na Mobasa, and freight payable at destination point. It means another side is this is the left side. The right side is you see there is a detailed owner of a particular company of a vessel's address is there. It means the Indian Ocean Shipping Corporation of the particular Hong Kong. Means this is a shipping company's address. Reference number, bill is there. That is called as a linear bill of lading. My dear student, well, I have already discussed regarding the what is the linear ship, and what is in this case this is a written in a particular address, and number of original is also there. This is a one part. Another part you see in a bill of lading, there is a packages number is there, mark and package number, description of the goods is there. What are the description? It says 6,000 kb of bifurcated rivers for a tea chests. Tea chests are there, and gross weight value is there. Measurement is there. How many gauge the particular work is there, and copy not negotiable, and some documentation. In last, that is a agent is there. That is that agent, or as a agent means forwarding agent. Clear forwarding and clearing agent is required at the time of exporting of a goods. It means one agent is required, one intermediary is required. You may call as a, that is called as a forwarding and clearing agent is necessary on behalf of the exporter, on behalf of the importer. He has doing or fulfilling the all formalities. My dear students, another document is necessary, that is called as a bills of exchange. In your graduation also you know about the bills of exchange. Definition is it is an unconditional order signed by the maker to pay a certain sum of money only to order of a certain person. This is the definition. But here bills of exchange means that is a three parties are there: drawer, drawee, payee. Means drawer the exporter, or you may call as a seller. Drawee, it may called as a importer or buyer. Or payee means payee is a party who receive the payment. I mean, drawee or payee are the two, these are the similar in nature, and through which the bills can be paid within a 3 months, 3 days. As earlier you have to learn regarding the bills of exchange, that payment system can be made. It means these bills of exchange, you may call it as a site draft, or you may call it as a site bill on demand also. My dear student, this is the specimen of bills of exchange. You see in my PPT, there is a specimen. How the bills of exchange looks like. That means no number, Pondicherry, destination point is on demand at dash date, site please pay to the order of dash amount, sum of dash amount, name of the exporter's bank is there, name of the ship is there, intent number is there, foreign importer name, means exporter name, importer name, ship name, and the bank is there. So when another is the in the last two, name, address of the importer and signature of the drawer. Drawer who draws the bill, or you may call as a seller, you may call as an exporter. My dear student, when I am starting my class, I have pointed out there are three intermediaries are there through which the particular exporting of the transaction can be made, and in three important intermediaries, one intermediary is called as a bank. Bank is a one of a intermediary through which all transaction can be confined with the, or payment can be made through these type of transactions. Another one is certainly in a particular type of international business, GR form is there. I have already stated it is related to all ships. GR form is related to shipments, and PP form is related to postal, means post payable, and COD, cash on delivery system, is also there through the shipment of the goods. Here shipment means where the goods can be sending, in terms of sending through a ship or through any via media or mode of the or modal channels. Another one is there, if you talk about in GR form in detail, GR form means shipment other than the by post of all countries. Similarly, PP that is called as a value payable, that is or cash on delivery basis, it is related to generally post office also. VP and COD, similarly these terminology are arises in through the particular type of payment of value delivery system of postal charges. It means these are the some of the way through which the transaction can be focused on, or things can be made through the in a different way. And these type of GR form, PP form, VP or COD, it can be a different type of prefix they are used: H, BY, CA, CHN, MA, OR, DL. So these are the some of the indication is made by the Reserve Bank of India also. My dear student, another important document is called as a letter of credit. The question is letter of credit. Here credit means finance. Here letter means it is a documentation. Credit means who gives the credit? Now the bank can promote the promote the particular type of business. It means it is issued by the bank on request of the buyer or merchandiser, or undertake to the sending the goods. It means the letter of credit means the bank as a middleman, bank as a one of a substitute as to promise to pay to the importer. Means sometimes exporter has no money, or exporter has no way to giving a certain amount in immediately payment to the importers. For this reason, the bank has a guarantee, or bank has a back behind, and for this reason it is issued by the bank. Listen carefully, letter of credit is a commercial letter. It is issued by the bank, or detailed furnishing document like as a delivery date of the product specification, and some of the seller when the payment can receive. These are the some of the important information related to letter of credit. My dear student, listen carefully. Letter of credit always issued by the bank on behalf of the exporter to paid a certain time period. The payment can be made to the importer. That is the main thing. In my slide you see there are three parties are there: opener, importer is there, issuer bank is there, beneficiary is there. But however, for this exporting of the goods, another important document is necessary, that is called as the IEC. I am always stated IEC means import exporter code number, or you may call it as a uniform commercial code. Or IEC is required, particular code is necessary. First code can be obtained from the DGFT, Director Journal of Foreign Trade, and they from this way though we can get some of the code. Another one is uniform custom and practices documentary credit is also necessary, which is published by United States Council or International Chamber of Commerce to negotiation letters. How the letters are to design, these documents are necessary for the exporting of goods. But the question here is, you see in a letter of credit, how it shows. Letter of credit means it is a back behind, or you may call as a banker, back behind of the exporter, and for payment made to the importer. But the question is, in a letter of credit, you see in a head office there is a Chennai is there, address is there, advising bank name is there. On the right side there is also in words amount, bank name is there, and in below, dear sir, we are hereby irrevocable document of credit. These are the some of the documentation procedure is there. And another one is another part, it is also packing list, shipment, allowed, not allowed, partial shipment, transshipment. These are the authorized signature. This is a specimen of a letter of credit. My dear student, this is the specimen of a letter of credit, how it shows or how it is a documentary evidence through which the payment can be made. Another one is this document also in a 4 parts. Another some additional conditions are there. In a condition negotiation back side of a or overly proportion of a letter of credit, there is an additional condition is there. Negotiation in invoice and bank charges outside of India, beneficiary account, all documents must be dated also, and copies produced by reprography also. These are some of the documents are there. And in the last part, there is a date, amount, balance, negotiation, bank stamp. I mean, how it looks like. It looks like for a particular type of letter of credit is there. Means these are some of the documents which are related to the letter of credit. Another important document is certificate of origin. What does it mean? Certificate of origin means where the goods are to be exporting of a particular country, or you may call it as the exporter can get some of the information through which these goods are to be produced by India, and it can be exported to Kenya or in or any America or any of the region. That's called as the actual country of origin of the goods, and it is signed in the exporting country by the council of the importing country. Another one is a packing list is necessary. What is packing list? It means it contains the items. Items means there are different cases of containers, shipments are there, weights are there, description set of manners are there. It means detail regarding the container, detail regarding the shipment of the goods, detail regarding the cases or weight, or you may call it is a description of the detailed checking permits of checks as relevant to the customs or at relevant to the post destination or maybe recipient. What the recipient can check the packing list. At the destination point, post destination, the packing list can be checked, or at the sending of or at the time of sending, the custom department also checked by the packing list also, and also some other way these packing list can be prepared also. How the packing list or how the certificate of origin looks like. You see the certificate of origin, mark number. This is the specimen of certificate origin. Mark number, package, weight or quality, description of the goods. Another one is value, and there is a other items are there. I hereby declare the goods, and these are the some of the items. In the backside also, I undersigned the secretary of Pondicherry Chamber of Commerce hereby certified that the above declaration was made. These are the some of the points which are covered under the backside of a certificate of origin. My dear students, another important document is necessary at the time of document exporting of goods, that is called as the inspection credit. What is inspection credit? Inspection credit means it is inspected by the, or it can be verified by the Export Act according to 1960, or you may call it as a, that is called as a checking or verification. How it is? There are different type of duplicate copies are prepared. Original copy will be with the Export Inspection Agency. Duplicate copy, Export Inspection Council is there. Within the 7 days, it can advance copy will be with the expected, from the date of expected shipment, the particular certificate can be obtained. Here inspection means the exporting inspection agency is there, and he can also provide a one certificate. That type of certificate are called as the inspection certificate. My dear students, here another certificate is required, that is called a shipping bill. Always you are encountered with this term shipping bill. What is shipping bill? It is also required by the custom department. Custom department, it is also prepared in a duplicate also. And there are separate forms of shipping bills are there. There is a one is a free good, another in good. It means there are in duplicate way the shipping bill is there. Shipping bill means in the name of the vessel or any agent or country destination, the particular bill is stamped by the custom department, or cargo is allowed to cater to the docks. It means through shipping bill you are supposed to, or the exporter supposed to, the goods are to be sent to the particular in cargo house for exporting the goods. That is called as a shipping bill. It means these documents, shipping bill is totally documentary evidence is created by the custom department only. And the cargo means goods, cargo is allowed to cater to the docks only. Another one is the mates receipt. I have already stated in previous classes what is mates receipt. Mates receipt means mates receipts. It means it is something like as a one type of handover to the port trust authorities. Means the cargo is loaded on the ship, and you are supposed to be handed over the port authorities, and the port dues are to be cleared by the exporter. That type of documentation is called as a mate receipt. And mate receipt is also important document for the exporting the goods. And mate receipt is collected from the port trust. It means mate, M-A-T, mate receipt means we are loaded, the cargo is loaded in the ship, and the port trust authorities can verify the yes, this cargo are loaded, and the port dues paid by the exporters or port charges paid by the exporters, and the port superintendent said this document is ready and you can get your document fast. Means after making payment, all port dues or merchant or maybe agent, or agent means that is called as a forwarding agent, and that is called as a port, or that is called as a mate receipts. Another one is business travel application for foreign exchange. My dear student, I am already stated in previous classes, foreign exchange management act is there, 99, later on 2000, and it has changed in a detailed way also, and there are different guidelines are there. But here application for grant of foreign exchange means converging of currency for the maintenance, traveling, entertainment expenses of a businessman proceeding abroad or ground. It should be some of the Reserve Bank of India under the jurisdiction, it can be made. It means some of the transact through business travel application, the foreign exchange or foreign exchange amount is required, and the conversion of currency is called as a business travel application. Another document is documents for claiming export assistance. Claiming assistance. If you talk about claiming assistance means, in last class we have discussed regarding the different type of assistance schemes. And claiming assistance means we have to claim for kindly give us some assistance through which the particular export can be promoted in a different way. That some of the guidelines is there, some of the furnishing information is there, and it is some of the prescribed form is there by the government. Then we can obtain some claiming assistance. Or you may call it as a export promotion council is there, who can request at the submission of this assistance or documentation, then the claiming assistance can be obtained. Another important form always we have encountered with the documentation procedure, AR form, AR4 form. What is AR4 form or AR5 form, or you may call it as a AR4A form? In different books, different way it can be written, but the concept is same. AR4 form means it is related to Central Excise Department. It is related to under the jurisdiction of the particular Central Excise. It means AR4 form is only required for rebate of excise duty. Only rebate of excise duty means when we get some of the excise duty or obligation of extent of the some excise duty obtaining for rebate of excise duty. In this way, the particular exporter can claim on this way of a form, and he said that we want some of the rebate, and that rebate of excise duty is called as a AR4 form. But another one important documentation is a drawback shipping bill. What is drawback? Sometimes shippers are required to give details intended to exporters. In this case, he says details regard under the claim for drawbacks. It means the shipper means it is related to only import duty of the goods. There are 4 copies are there under which the particular documentation can be made. Another one is in before that is drawback shipping bill. Now the drawback bill. Drawback bill means it is also addition to the shipping bill. It is also a date of presentation of original bill of entry and the shipping bill, marks, number, packages, description, good, weight, quantity of goods. All these items are to be focused under the particular type of a drawback of bills. My dear student, this has to be certified by the collector of customs also. Means another one is a duty drawback scheme. What does it mean? It means it is just like a refund form, or it is just like a drawback in relation to the chargeable to the import of material or exciseable material through which the refund can be made. Means excise or custom duty sometimes paid by the exporter also, and that price is more competitive one. Competitive one means that may be changeable. In this case, the exporter always requests to the excise department, kindly given us some rebate or some type of subsidy, some type of refund. That type of refund scheme, that type of subsidized scheme are called as a duty drawback scheme. Another one is, if you talk about this is the short form of a similar item is there. Another one is cargo risk. What does it mean? Cargo risk means related to cargo, related to goods, or related to, you may call it as a if any fire is arises, if any storm is arises, there is a risk exposure arises. Means risk of accident, risk of consequent dangers, risk of any type of theft, pilferage, non-delivery, piracy, jettisoning. Jettisoning means throwing overboard, or cutting of mast, or rigging of sail. Means throwing overboard, means at the time of boarding of the goods, and the goods are to be thrown in a deep sea, and some leakage is there, some bartering is there, means some of the misconduct, some of the fraudulent, some of the unlawful activities there, some of the spoilage is there, explosion is there, damage is there, defects is there, breakage is there, leakage is there, heating is there, bursting is there, sweating is there. These type of called as a risk exposure, and that risk exposures are covered under a certain type of adoption of marine insurance, and marine insurance can be covered. Certain policies are there for both shipment and also related to any modal of transport. If you talk about in the road transport, if you talk about in railway transport, if you talk about in seaborne activity transport, all these transport or multimodal transport, the marine insurance is required or marine policy is there, or it can protect the all these risk exposure like a fire, storm, or forces of waves, contact with the seawater, or any type of collision with the sinking pulse of sea, theft, pilferage, non-delivery, piracy, jetsoning, leakage. These are called as a risky or a cargo risky exposures are there through which the particular the goods are to be protected through a insurance policy, and that type of insurance policy is called as a marine insurance policy. My dear students, now we have to talk about some points regarding the marine insurance or marine insurance policy. If you talk about insurance, insurance is a contract. If you talk about in marine insurance is a contract between two parties. Or if you talk about marine insurance, that insurance through a specified premium, predetermined tariff rates, you agree to indemnify the particular loss or any type of merchandise export or any pearls of the sea, that is called as a marine insurance. Means through there is a different types of obligatory activities is there in a marine insurance, and marine insurance policies generally obtained from General Insurance Corporation of India is there, the GIC, General Insurance Corporation of India is there. My dear student, if you talk about insurance, there are generally two types of insurance are there. One is life insurance, another one is general insurance. If you talk about life insurance, it is dealt with the only the life of a individuals is there. Or if you talk about marine insurance, there are any type of fire insurance or any accidental insurance, these are covered under the general insurance activities. My dear students, in a particular, if you talk about pearls on the sea or pearls of the sea, what does it mean? It means it is also a one type of risk exposure through lighting, through collision, through any type of damage by the sea water, or any type of collision of the vessels or the, or if you talk about fire, there is due to the fire damage, due to the consequential damage by the smoke or steam, or any loss resulting from the action to extinguish, that is called also called as a fire damage. Another one is accelerating the thrives, means someone is forcing rather than stealing the way through which that can happen. Or jettisons, already I am throwing articles or over the board or usually reduce the weight of the sea, means some if the number of articles is more and the ship is not properly running and you can throw in the deep sea, that type of condition or risk exposure is called as a jettison. Another one is there are different type of losses are to be encountered with the marine insurance. Losses means here there are different type of two types of losses are there. One is total loss, another one is partly loss or partial loss. If you talk about total loss, there is called as a destruction or insured in the or total actual consecutive, or you may call it as a which had to be happened beyond the control. That type of loss is called as total loss. It means it is a beyond the control of your on your hand, that is called total loss. And this loss is the destruction of the subject insured also, and irritably it can be deprived also. And if you talk about partial loss, these are also in a different types. There is a partial loss is not a complete loss. It may be called as a general average, partial average is there, or you may call it as a salvage is there, or general average. It means that is called as a whole property related to whole property. particular average, it is related to in a particular pulse or there, or these are the way through which partial loss can be made. My dear student, if you talk about these are the overall concept of the export or documentation, some of the items related to discussion in the today's class. Another one important is the procedure. What type of export procedures are there? First procedure in my PPT, you see there is a one diagram, it is shown. One is creation of a export form. When you start your exporting of documents or exporting of your goods or article or shipment of the goods, first of all you start a export form, establishing a firm, then obtaining IC number. IC number means importer exporters code number, then RCMC. Here RCMC is there, means that is called as a some of the like as a export promotion council's member code is required. Then registration of the sales tax department or excise department is there. Another one is second step is entering into the export contract. Next is the contract. How the contract will be formed? Now, you have to identify who is a prospective buyer and make an offer also. Buyer's evaluation, you can evaluate the buyer, receiving an order, acknowledgement is there. Third step is the execution of export order. How you have to execute? Production, first of all you have to produce, then packing, then availing the packaging credit, then quality certification you can obtain, then excise clearance is required, then booking of shipping space. For booking of shipping space, what type of document arises? Bill of lading and invoice. These are the whatever what I have discussed in a few minutes ago. These are the some of the documents. Excise clearance is required, booking of shipping space is required, marine insurance is required, and shipment to port is required. Now the goods have to be reached at the port. Now what happens? Port shipment procedure. Port shipment procedure means, or post shipment procedure means, what type of after shipment what documentation is necessary. Shipment intimation to the buyer. Here buyer means importer. Completion of all documents. Negotiations is necessary. Export bill is necessary. Return to ECGC is necessary. Why ECGC is necessary? Only for the rebate, only for the subsidy, only for the promotion. I am discussing also ECGC is there, and some of the claiming incentives are there. Through this way, these you see in my slide, you see how beautifully it can represent the export procedure. One is creating an export form, then entering into export contract, then execution of export order, then post shipment procedure. My dear students, for a registration of IC number, I am always telling about the first step. First step is the getting IC number. IC number means import export code number, IEC number. It is getting from DGFT, that is called a Director General of Foreign Trade, and DGFT also allot a one type of PAN based number that is called as a business identification number. That business identification number is always quoted by the exporter, and through always this is allotted to by the head office also, and always it is also getting from branch office of by the exporter also. It means IEC number. IEC number, it means import export code number is the first step to getting from DGFT, Director General of Foreign Trade, for the exporter to sending his goods or shipment of goods to the importer or buyer, or you may call it as a that's the person who has getting some of the goods in the right time. Another one is registration com membership certificate, that is called as a RMRC. RMRC means registration com membership certificate, or you may call it as a registration certificate. Some books it has written registration certificate. Some books it has written RCMC certificate. It means registration cum membership certificate. It has obtained from Export Promotion Council or the exporter first. The exporter first should be a member of exporter first should be a member of a particular export promotion council or which is relevant to the sending the particular product. Means registration cum member certificate is required. My dear student, listen. If I am a exporter, the first document is a form a company. If I am a exporter, the first document is getting IC certificate, means import export certificate from DGFT. If I am an exporter, the first document is getting the RCMC certificate from different type of export promotion council. This is the three documents are important for the exporting of the goods. Then the next documents are, which I have already stated in my first slide, that is these are the commercial documents, these are the regulatory documents. My dear students, listen carefully. This is the three documents are important for exporting. Apart from these, in my first slide I have written these are the commercial documents which are to be required, all 16 documents, and these are the regulatory documents, and some documentary evidence is required for the exporting of the goods. This is the overall concept of this IBO-4, and then some terminologies are used in different way. How the excise department is there, how the import department importing of the goods, how the shipment of goods are there. These are the some of the procedure there. Another one is the registration of sale tax. It is also, the registration is required by the central sale tax, and clearing forwarding agent. All these documentation, if I am an exporter, I am need not to be go any here moving here and there of office to collecting these documents. I am only a appointed agent. That agent is called as a clearing and forwarding agent. My dear student, listen. That is called as a clearing and forwarding agent, and this agent can enacted as a they not only dispatching goods to the foreign country, but also some procedural aspect he has an through a loaded and unloaded of the goods and collecting some of the documentary evidence, like as a custom. He has solved the custom formalities, and he in a custom formalities in my PPT you see there are different prescribed forms are there, and in a prescribed form for a custom department only you may contract is required, invoice is required. So I am showing in how the invoice is looks like, and packaging list is there, GR form is there, AR4A, and pro forma drawbacks is there, LC is there. These are the some of the documents is required, and some obtaining, cutting, and late ship order, mate receipt. These are the requirement of document for the shipment. Another, my dear students, there is a pre-shipment activities is required. Pre-shipment means the goods are to be sending through the vessel, but there is a one bank is there who can look into or back behind of the processing or packaging. That type of style is called as a pre-shipment, or you may call that a overdraft facility, you may call that as a arrangement of finance, you may call that as a arrangement of working capital finance for exporting of the goods as per the export order. These are the pre-shipment stages are there, positive stages to marking, packing, labeling, warehousing, goods, merchant exporting, assembling. All these consultant service are related to pre-shipment stages. If you talk about post-shipment, means after reaching at a ship has reached at a destination place, and you are encountered with what type of problem is arises. At the time, the bank is there who can meet the working capital requirement. Yeah, at the time of post shipment, he is a bridge gap between the actual receipt of the payment and overseas buyer, or conversion of foreign exchange exposure is required. Another is finance is intended, and Exim Bank is also there to look into the post shipment activities. means Exim Bank is there, ECGC is there. These are the some of the financial institutions through which post shipment activities can be made. If you talk about post shipment activities, you see these are the activities. Means publicity, advertising, port authorities, customs. These are the some information related to post shipment stages. My dear students, another one is there are different types of forms of post shipment finance are there. What are the forms? Export bill under the LC is there, letter of credit, advance against the exporter incentives, bills under the collection also, deemed exports also, undrawn of a balance of bill also. These are the some forms which are required at the time of post shipment finance. And there are difference in my slide. It is your knowledge. In a examination point of view, one question is come up, sure to be come up. What do you mean by export? What are this procedure? Another question is come up. What is the difference between pre-shipment and post-shipment? In my PPT, you see in a pre-shipment and post-shipment, what is the difference? One is definition, another one is purpose, another one is beneficiary, another one is documentary evidence, another one is form of finance, another one is amount is there, period is also there, point, rate of interest is there, sources are also there. These are the differentiation in between the pre-shipment and post-shipment. You may in PPT, you may if you read out these points, you have to better understanding about what I have earlier stated. Always in point to the exposure procedure of the goods. Another point is ECGC. Always one terminology knocks in your mind, that is called as ECGC. Export Credit Guarantee Corporation Limited. It is established in 1964 and it is the administration control of commerce also. Why ECGC is necessary? These are the schemes. In your examination, one question come up. What is ECGC? How it is formed? What are the schemes of ECGC? You may, in my PPT, you see very clearly it is stated. There are standard policies there related to exports. There is a specific shipment, supply contract, buyer's credits, services policy. Only you want to write these points only, then you can get a good marks also. In factoring also there, and for banks guarantee there is a different type of schemes are there. Very clearly in my PPT you see this is the scheme of ECGC. This is the very way to understand. Another one is these are the overall concept of ECGC. But in between, another two terms are there. One is I'm always stated always in escalation clause. Another one is that is called as a force majeure clause. The question is here, escalation clause means what does it mean? It means if the price of the product may increase before the delivery of the goods, that is the clause is written, that is called as the escalation clause. It means if the raw material is increases, if somehow not availability of the goods, at the time escalation clause is there. Like in corona medicine, you see, due to the shortage of raw material, the goods are the products is not available. Or in corona medicine, there is a due to the some of the problem is arises at the time of importing of the raw material also. If American exporters say now due to the escalation clause the price may be increases from 600 to 700 per unit value, that may be called as a escalation clause. If you talk about force majeure clause, what does it mean? Due to some problem means what type of problem? If war is there, if riot is there, if any calamities is there, if any problem is encountered, at that time some of the particular goods are not to be sent in a right time, at that time also some of the problem is arises. That type of problem or that type of clause can be written